Caitlin Clark didn't just change women's basketball. She turned it into a high-stakes, big-money spectacle that schools, sponsors, and networks are now scrambling to capitalize on. But now, Iowa is facing a moment that could either cement its dominance or expose the harsh reality of life after Clark. Her jersey retirement on February 2nd isn't just about honoring her legacy. It's become a full-fledged financial and recruiting war. Ticket prices have skyrocketed to levels unheard of for a women's basketball game, proving that Clark's impact isn't just sentimental, it's economic. Iowa isn't just celebrating a legend, they're cashing in on an empire she built. But the real question is, can they sustain it? For years, Iowa wasn't a prime destination for elite women's basketball recruits. It was respected, sure, but it wasn't UConn, South Carolina, or LSU. That changed the second Clark turned the program into must-watch television. And now, with some of the nation's top recruits set to be in the building, the Hawkeyes have one shot to prove they can be bigger than just Clark's college years. But here's the problem. History isn't on their side. Schools that produce generational players often struggle once those players leave. Think about Sabrina Ionescu at Oregon. The Ducks were unstoppable with her, but once she graduated, Oregon slipped back into the pack. Paige Backers elevated UConn when healthy, but the moment injuries took her out of the equation, the Huskies lost their dominance. The same story has played out at programs that got their moment in the sun, only to fade when their star moved on. That's exactly what Iowa is up against. Clark's presence didn't just make the team better, it changed the way the entire program was perceived. But with her gone, is Iowa a permanent powerhouse or just a one-time phenomenon? This jersey retirement is the perfect storm of nostalgia, business, and the future of Iowa basketball colliding. The university is treating it like a major event, with FOX broadcasting it nationally, sponsors lining up, and fans willing to pay absurd prices to be in the building. This isn't just an honor for Clark, it's a massive recruiting tool, a chance to sell the dream to the next wave of talent. But that dream needs more than just an emotional highlight reel. The recruits sitting in Carver Hawkeye Arena on February 2nd aren't just there to celebrate Clark, they're there to see if Iowa is still worth their attention. Are the facilities top tier? Can the coaching staff develop talent like Clark's? Will Iowa remain relevant in national title discussions? Or was this just a rare moment in time? Here's the brutal truth. Most programs don't survive the departure of a generational talent. They return to mediocrity, riding the nostalgia of what once was while other schools take over the spotlight. Iowa has a chance to break that cycle, but it won't happen just because Clark's jersey is hanging in the rafters. It'll happen if they can convince these recruits that they aren't stepping into Clark's shadow, but into a program that's now a serious powerhouse on its own. That's the real battle Iowa is fighting right now, not just to celebrate the past, but to secure the future. If they fail, Clark's legacy will remain intact, but Iowa's moment in the national spotlight will fade. And in a few years, when another superstar emerges elsewhere, the basketball world will move on, leaving Iowa as the program that had a legend but couldn't turn her success into something bigger. That's what makes February 2nd more than just a celebration. It's a defining moment, one that could either solidify Iowa's place among the sports elite or confirm that once Clark walked off that court, the magic left with her.